Welcome to the weekly InSalt. My name is Wade. I believe it's episode 249, but I put my phone in airplane mode, so I couldn't look it up. So, Kurt, confirm that or deny that for me at some point.
Give me a minute. I'll look.
But yeah, I think it is 249. I think that's Kurt, sound guy.
How's it going?
Yeah, and I'm here with Laura Coppola.
Hello.
Hey,
hello.
welcome back. You've been on the show a few times.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, and right before the show, we were actually talking about what you do for a living, which is a lot of finance stuff.
It is.
Yeah, and you deal a lot with money and financing, and you know a lot of the tricks. We were thinking you should write a book. Like, what would you name your book? Lucky Laura's 101 financial tips.
Laura's advice on getting out of debt.
249.
249. Okay, good. Thank you. One of the things that we were talking about that I thought was interesting is we're talking about refinancing your home and getting cash out.
Yeah.
Which you can do that for any reason, right? Or does it have to be a particular reason?
You can do it for any reason if you have the equity, but you shouldn't.
I could just tell the bank, like, yo, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to need extra 20 grand.
You just say, I'm taking equity out of my house for other uses, but you shouldn't use it to go to Vegas.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea.
You should use it to pay off other debt, lower interest, or improve your house.
And the reason for paying off other debt is because generally, like, your home loan is going to have a lower interest rate than your credit card.
Credit card
Sorry, go ahead. I'm interrupting.
Oh,
you're good.
So credit card debt, higher interest interest that you're paying.
Yeah.
Paying off your auto loan, whatever. But if you can pay off debt, use the extra money, improve your house, you increase the value of your house, you should never just squander that equity.
Yeah.
Ever.
So when you say improve your house, what does that mean exactly? Does that anything, like if I want to remodel my kitchen, how much value is that going to add to my house?
So some things are dollar for dollar. So, if you put a fence on your backyard, probably not.
I just did that.
Yeah, but if you're like upgrading your kitchen, putting in higher end, appliances, adding features, it really depends.
Like if I want to put in better cabinets,
absolutely,
and granite countertops, and
all of that adds value.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure any updating that you do is going to add value, right?
Oh yeah,
and even if you do it yourself, right?
Oh, even if you do it yourself.
So there's no loss of it's not worth as much because you DIY'd it.
Yeah. Well, what's the difference if I do it myself or hire a contractor?
It's just that you're spending less money because you're doing the labor, right?
Yeah. If you do it up to code, that's all that matters.
That's true.
But who's going to check?
Don't forget your permits.
So usually that comes into
permits.
play.
When you say permits, what is that?
Well, there are certain things that you have to do to have permits for, like upgrading wiring or doing, a roof repair or roof replacement. I mean, you still have to follow code.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you...
Do you still have to get a permit to do a water heater?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
I just had one done, no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Tankless.
Nice, huh?
Way to go, tankless.
Yeah, a little more expensive, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious how tankless water heaters would... Wow, we're getting real deep into the fun shit today, boys. As soon as I said, I wonder how tankless... I'm like, wow, the audience is in for a real fucking treat today. I wonder how they stand up to hard water. What a fucking old person question to ask.
So no, that's not. Well, I'm old, but I did ask that question.
Yeah, what'd they say?
About the same. You should have them flushed every year, and check your every freaking connection where the water comes in.
I need to flush mine.
I need to do mine pretty bad.
Yeah,
flushing's important. I had mine done this year for the first time. Own the home for 5 years.
I am off work this week. Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah. Maybe while you're off work, you come over and do mine.
He showed me how to do mine. I said, you can just come back next year.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to flush it. You just have to spend the time doing it.
Yeah.
I've watched plenty of videos on it. Anyway, with the riveting water heater talk that we're getting into, you guys might have noticed that I didn't. CD isn't here today. He's busy with the holidays. He's been out of town.
This week.
He's off this week. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's turned into a busy guy,
Yes, he has.
Yeah, that happens.
He's got a girlfriend that takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah, that does. I mean, especially around the holidays, man.
It does.
And speaking of that, we this isn't to discredit you at all, Laura, but thank you so much for being here at the last minute, because during this time too, it's always been a struggle for our podcast. I'm sure it is for others to just book guests around this time. It's the week before Christmas.
We should do some incentives to get some people on.
We'll give you a fucking sticker. Come on the show.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of. I was talking with CD about, and I think it was on one of our weekly podcast meetings that we do, and I just said it's kind of interesting that we've done it for over 5 years now, and we've tapped a lot of like the really close
we need
network
some
that we have.
we don't know.
Which there are some still out there, but then there's the whole other thing is that we're used to recording on Sunday, and then some people, they work on Sunday or they just can't do it on Sunday. And then we try to find another night. For example, tonight we're recording on the 20th, which is Tuesday. You're listening to it, just the day after. Usually we like to do Sunday, but then some people say like, well, I can only do a Thursday. And since our episodes come out on Wednesday, then we have to make sure we've got one for that Wednesday. So you can't, there's a whole scheduling thing.
Not to mention Christmas is on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, that too. And this time of year is always hard. But yeah, thank you for acknowledging. I just wanted to give a little behind the scenes because I think sometimes people wonder why. And sometimes I'm even like, well, we've had that guest a few times on the show. Maybe it wouldn't be interesting, but that's the reason why. Is that it's hard to. Well, first of all, you have good people that come out on short notice, and then there's people that just need to reschedule. We had 2 guests tonight that were scheduled that we reached out to them, they confirmed they were booked on our schedule, and then the last couple of days they just haven't responded to anything.
Yeah, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, it didn't show up tonight, and they knew what day they were booked like a couple weeks ago. But I know people get cold feet, and yeah, that's just the way that it is.
Well, I'll tell you. No offense to you,
It's
Laura.
cold outside.
No offense to you, Laura. I'm glad you're here. I'm happy you're here, but
Thanks.
I am excited for next week's guest too.
Yeah,
So,
next week's guest he's been on the show before. We couldn't book him on the show because he was under a non-disclosure agreement contract, and that's been
We'll get into that
been lifted,
later.
but we'll get into that. Yeah, but just that's the hype train right there, dude.
But Laura's here.
Laura is here right now.
I'm here.
The other thing too, just if you guys go back and listen to Laura's previous episodes, we talk a lot about what you do, and on past episodes we talked a lot about buying a house and other financial things, just being smart about your finances.
Absolutely.
The rates are really high for a mortgage right now.
Be smart about your finances. Says the guy that just put fucking Christmas lights on his house. Don't ever do that.
How much did those cost?
Jesus Christ! I spent like
Did
200.
you put Christmas
I
lights
did.
on? Did I miss seeing
You
those
did.
the other night?
You did.
Did you not have them on?
I know they're on a
Oh,
timer,
wow.
so they
Oh,
run
shit.
from like 5 to 1 a.m. But
I don't
shit,
even have
that,
a Christmas tree. So.
that shit cost me like $500. Look at this. I violated my own fucking rule.
You did. I heard the beep.
Fuck.
Yeah, and now we're getting the phone static.
Should I answer it and tell him I'm busy?
Who is it?
It's Brad.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he hung up on
Okay,
me.
that's probably better anyway.
Well, one thing I do want to say at Christmas time about your finances is do fucking not ever extend yourself beyond your limits just to make other people happy.
I think
Don't
a lot of people
do it.
do that.
Don't do it.
And I make it like
And that's kind of what I did with my Christmas lights. I'm trying to appease my neighbors because they all have Christmas lights. And I'm like, fuck you, look at my yard. No, that was the dumbest decision I've ever made. That was
how
like,
much was a string of Christmas lights?
It was like
Okay,
$25.
Chevy Chase.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Right. And I didn't even go that far. I just put like
It's just
along the
starting
edge.
now. You're in a Christmas
no.
decoration
Yeah.
war
I'm
now,
too
dude.
lazy for that.
Next year you're gonna have that fucking plastic Santa and that goddamn reindeer out there. Yeah, you
Absolutely
are.
not. It'll just get
and the blow
violated.
up.
Somebody will walk by and assault it.
An
That's-
inflatable flailing arm
Yes.
Santa.
Yeah. Anyway, so I spent like $250 on some not very good lights.
On lights. That's the thing that's probably what makes you the most upset. Is you're like, I spent $250 on a string of lights.
I did lit the shit out of a bush that's in my yard,
Yeah,
and
you
that
did.
bush alone was like $150.
Wow.
I'm like, fuck. What did I just get into?
Are you going to be the year longer where you just leave the Christmas
I am.
lights up
I'm
all
not
year?
taking that shit down until probably March.
Yeah, okay, but you will take it down.
But you're going to take it down.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, because I have to trim the bush. I don't want to ruin my
that's-
Yeah.
$250 lights. Fuck.
That's a fair point. I didn't
That
think
is a
about
fair
that.
point.
Yeah, so back to the mortgage rates. They're up right now, but
They
you're
are.
saying that you think they're going to go down. Like, I don't understand how you know this shit.
I watch economic forecasts and
Oh, really?
listen to the news. Prime rate just went up again last week. Actually.
Oh, really? What's
Yeah.
it at now?
7.2, 7.5. Yeah,
Wow.
something like that.
For
Just went up.
refinance or purchase?
This is prime.
Prime is prime.
Yeah.
But that matters when you have a variable rate loan like a home equity credit line or something that's.
Who looks at 7.2?
Holy shit! It is coming down. Holy shit!
I
Oh,
told ya.
did you pull up a forecast or something?
Yeah,
I looked at bank rate.
Yeah, when prime goes up, bank rate comes down, and interest rates are going to start looking a lot better.
Yeah, but I feel bad for somebody out there right now that
God,
that's like,
when we were last talking to CD about because he wants to buy a house and shit.
yeah.
I don't remember how many episodes that was ago.
It was a
but,
while.
It was like hovering around 7% for 30-year fixed.
Throw that up on the
Yes.
TV. What's the percentage?
It's 5.99 now, right?
It's 5.6.
Did it go down to
Oh,
5.6?
it went down?
Mm-hmm.
So 5 point...
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
5.6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends, of course. A 30-year fixed mortgage, 5.625%.
Yeah, it's coming down.
I was going to say, who looks at the 7% interest rate and still buys? Like somebody who has their hand forced, right?
Usually, I mean, I'm buying right now, but I'm
Yeah,
building.
I mean,
I don't get to lock my rate until next year.
Yeah,
but,
until you
Of
actually
course, that's
have
going
some
for that specific lender, though, that whoever that is on,
Sure.
on the left there.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple more lenders here.
Bank of the West is 6.7.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
hovering around
Oh,
7%.
Yeah.
There you go. That's probably a better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
let's
your
look at the refinance rate.
your prime rate matters on variable rate loans. So if you're prime plus whatever,
6.5
you're
for
talking
30 years.
mortgages are fixed. So the more prime
Right.
goes up, the better mortgages are looking.
Yeah.
6.5 for 30-year fixed refinance. 15-year fixed refinance is 5.9.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's coming down.
Of course, obviously, the shorter your term, the less interest you're going to pay, right? Because it's like
True.
enticing, but your payment's going to be higher.
Absolutely.
So your payment, the bank basically gives you lower interest because they're like, we'll get our money quicker.
Yep, they will.
Yeah.
Bank's going to get their money.
Wow, we're on a roll tonight. We went from water heaters to mortgage rates.
Christmas lights too.
And Christmas lights.
All the fucking Gen Z kids listening have
Ooh,
already left.
How many of your listeners actually believe at this time of year
What do you mean?
not in Santa?
Yeah, I was going to say, believe what?
That Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, that's probably a good question for Larry to put up as a poll on social media.
I actually
Die Hard is fucking 100% a Christmas
absolutely
movie.
Sure is.
Yeah. I won a poll at work for that.
I was at Harmon's and they had a Bruce Willis display stand above their produce or something about like with him wearing a Santa hat.
I actually brought a list of facts with me about why
Let's hear
it
them.
is. You want to hear them?
Well, I already agree, but I would love to be persuaded even more.
Okay. I think my list is pretty convincing.
Okay.
Well, this is what I'll say about my list. We did this poll at work for a synergy activity, and I decided to do mine on Die Hard.
Okay.
And I actually won the survey
Mm-hmm.
by, I don't know, 110 people in our team. I'm not sure I convinced them all, but I convinced enough that I actually won a $25 Amazon gift card.
Okay.
And it took me a lot of research, like 10, 15 minutes.
10,
to get my
15
list.
minutes on
Yeah,
Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google, yep. All right, let me pull my list up.
Yeah. You're also in agreement with me, Kurt, that Die
Yeah,
Hard is
do
a
you?
Christmas movie.
I do.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I
Okay.
haven't seen it for a minute, but yeah.
You're going to have to watch it this
All right.
Christmas, man. Get in the holiday spirit.
I have the top 8 reasons, at least top 8 reasons.
Okay.
Probably many, many more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't forget to take your mic with you.
I will. Come here, Mike. All right. The basic narrative situation of Die Hard is a man returning to his family for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah.
Christmas.
Yep.
Number one reason.
Number one reason, yeah. I mean, going home for Christmas.
What's his wife's name?
I don't remember.
Holly.
Okay.
Number 2 reason.
Yeah.
Number 3 reason, it takes place on Christmas Eve.
It does, yeah. That's true.
The chief villain, remember his name?
Oh, shit. I should know that.
Is this a movie you're trying to describe?
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
It is?
Yeah.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah,
Hans Gruber.
Gruber.
Let's see. He invokes the Christmas spirit with "It's Christmas, Theo. It's time for a miracle."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's
okay.
one of the main lines. The soundtrack features Christmas tunes.
Because it's. I mean.
Can
it's
you
during
name any of them?
Christmas. I mean, like, I don't know any in the movie. I'm sure there's Jingle Bells. It's gonna be White Christmas, something like that, right?
It is. Sorry, I lost my.
I don't.
list.
Do you get the same feeling that I do, Kurt? That Laura's kind of like talking down on us right now. She's like got all these Die Hard facts, and
I'm
she's
trying
like,
to convince you, but you're already convinced.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true,
it's hard to
the
convince
listener.
somebody that already.
You're
agrees,
you're
but, I
talking
mean,
down on the listeners that
no,
don't
I'm not
believe.
talking down on your. Yeah, I'm trying to.
The ones that don't believe. All the good little boys.
I'm trying
and
to
girls
make
out
them
there.
into believers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think I lost my list.
The ones that believe are already good. You know. You don't have to talk down to them.
I
Just the
lost
ones
my
that don't.
list. I think I archived
There's
it
a
or
whole-
deleted
Oh,
it.
okay.
There's a whole YouTube video on this.
Yeah, there is, and it's been a debate for a long time. Is there any movie that you watch around Christmas time, or anything that you do that's like family tradition?
I bake.
Yeah,
Bake
okay.
cookies. Bake treats.
Well, my family doesn't do shit.
Oh, okay.
Christmas music,
And I watch
or
Die Hard.
movies and whatnot. But Christmas Story is always popular that I hear everybody else talking about.
Yeah, I generally, my Christmas tradition is to spend the entire month of December walking around trying not to gouge out my fucking eardrums.
Right?
Because of everywhere you go. And then I went and got my hair cut from one of my good friends, and she's like, well, I'll put on something on the music, and she put on Christmas songs. And I was just like, I'll let you slide.
Where did we go? We went to that Shabu Shabu restaurant in San Diego.
Yeah, shabu shabu. Yeah,
And there's the Christmas.
it was like, if it was something you'd play for your newborn baby when you put them to bed, and
we
it
were
was
trying to talk,
yeah,
and I was like, "Shh, there's a baby trying to sleep somewhere."
and then I looked over my shoulder, and there was literally this Asian guy that was like rocking his baby, and I was like, "Oh shit, there is a baby trying to sleep." I wonder if they put this music on for that. It kind of ruined the meal.
It did. It did. I wanted to get the hell out of there.
It was
Oh,
good.
no.
The food was really good, but like you were just hearing it was like somebody with the owner's child is in high school and he just plays the xylophone. So he just did the xylophone Christmas special.
But it's supposed to be like soft background music, but he had to turn it up so goddamn loud.
Yeah, you'd hear the same music if you were like waiting for something bad. Like if you're like, oh, I'm getting a colonoscopy today, it would be playing in the doctor's waiting room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how bad it was. Do you like Christmas music?
I don't.
Oh, thank God. I thought this whole time I was going to be like, I love Christmas
The only thing I really like about Christmas is when it's over. And Die Hard.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. I enjoy that the end of the year also brings a long vacation usually, you know?
Yeah.
You take time off, being with friends and family. I love that.
That part is great. Yeah.
I set expectations really well with my friends because I just tell them all that I suck at buying gifts, which is true. And so I'm like, if you want anything, just tell me and I'll get it. I think I've done that with you, Kurt.
I'm just
Like,
going to tell you something then.
I suck at buying gifts. If you want
Send you my
anything, then
whole
just
Amazon
tell
list.
me.
There's like a lot of shit you can pick from.
I don't know if I want to dive into the delves of Kurt's Amazon list, honestly.
Nobody does.
I'm like, why has he got these really odd, just like washers? You know, like
You guys want to see my Amazon list?
yeah.
Okay.
On the
yeah.
fucking screen. Hold
Show
on.
it.
Kurt, so
It's gonna
Kurt,
be
you're
a
the
minute.
type
I
of
gotta get all
you're
logged in and shit. So.
yeah. I can
Well,
add some
and
filler.
Just disclaimer: don't get your feelings hurt if I don't buy you a Christmas gift. I
I don't
barely
give
buy
a
my
Yeah.
kids a
fuck,
gift.
Laura. I don't have anything planned for you. So
Okay,
don't
good.
worry.
So Kurt, I know that you're already the type of person that when you browse Amazon, you add everything to a list that you are gonna eventually buy or you want to keep an eye on the price. So I know your list has got to be like balls. Oh shit, you have a bunch of lists.
No, I don't. This is
Christmas,
This is me. Oh fuck! I can't
Halloween.
I can't see that far. That's the problem.
Science, things I like. Yeah, things I like.
I gotta go to my cart.
Did that say Drew Bryan? Drew
Yeah,
slash Bryan?
It was for security systems.
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time ago, but. All right, so here's my my items.
Okay, let's see what you got here.
Should
A fucking stove. Hell
I
yeah.
do have a stove in my
That's
shopping
fucking
cart.
crazy.
You do.
Okay, so I don't see anything weird yet. You got a phone
No.
tripod mount, looks
Yeah,
like a car.
Well, no, that's actually for our podcast.
Or for the podcast?
Yeah,
To do the thumbnail picture?
Oh.
yeah.
Which we got to fix those stretchy ass thumbnail pictures.
Yeah, because I have a tripod that we can use. I just don't have a mount for it. So.
Okay, well,
Steering wheel cover. Let's see what else we got.
I'm not a fan of steering
Why?
wheel covers.
Why do you
know?
have a stove on Amazon?
Because I want it.
What brand? Oh, it's a Frigidaire.
Hell
A pretty
yeah.
good stove.
That's a gas range. It's got the air fryer in it too.
I'm sorry, but I will never buy you that for a Christmas present.
That's cool.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anybody.
That's what you spend your refinance money on.
$1,200 on, but yeah.
yeah,
new appliances.
you know when you get a new appliance is for like a major holiday, like 4th of July or Labor Day. Labor Day. That's the day to buy it.
When RC Willie isn't literally like giving you a light fisting.
Yeah, exactly.
I see the Saison, Spice Supreme Saison
That's
complete
some good
mix
shit.
seasoning.
I like that.
It seems like something you probably should buy if there's only 14 left in stock.
Yeah, I got to get on it because I'm almost out.
That's not a bad price for a monitor.
There's the acoustic foam that we're eventually gonna get in the studio, so you guys don't have
that?
to hear the echo all the
Yeah,
time.
that's right. There's
What's
some more
that?
podcast stuff over there. That's the
Spray
the
adhesive, yeah.
spray.
I love that you just keep it all in a list because I look at things on Amazon. I'm like, oh, I should buy that, and then I close the tab and I can never fucking find it again.
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah, there's some trailer keys because I only have one, and if I lose
Yeah.
it, we're fucked. Let's see some. Whoops. some
Dish,
dart
the
stuff.
bar towels.
Dart flights.
Yep, dart flights
Yeah.
and stuff when we were into that. That's
I
always
still
fun.
am. I just can't find my darts.
Bar towels.
Those are the best. So if you guys are at home and you're like, man, I need some just like throwaway kitchen towels, you can just look up bar towels on Amazon. You can get like a 50-pack for like they're like $1 a towel, but they're still good because this is the shit they're using at like the bars.
Yeah.
And then if they wear out, you just throw them away and get more. Same thing with the food prep containers. Like we cook
Those
a
are
lot,
my friend.
which I was going to get into too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with food containers, if you ever want to send things home with your friends, you can just put it in food prep container. It's like it doesn't matter if it gets thrown away. Rechargeable batteries. I feel like that's kind of a racket industry.
Yeah, I do too.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I did it for a minute.
Did you break your coffee pot?
I did, and I ordered that one. and
It's
now they're-
unavailable currently.
well, it is. But so I keep it in my cart so when it comes in stock again, I can just order another and have to search for it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do have an eclectic Amazon list.
I do. I have
The
all kinds
pasta
of
pack.
shit,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Oh, look,
Yeah, I
it's
wonder-
the microphones that way. Look at that. Oh, damn, they're down.
Oh yeah, that's cheap.
That is cheap.
This isn't the same one though, is it?
It is.
Oh,
It's the
just
same
without
microphone that we use.
without the cover. Cool. Yeah. But I wonder, what's as a child, I think everybody had a present that they wanted but they never got. What was one of those?
Oh, geez.
You're like, I really want that. Like, I want a pony, and you like, as a kid, you think that's a reasonable request, but you're not very many people's parents are going to be like, hell yeah. Did you have something like that when you were a kid, Kurt?
Yeah.
So I had one, and this is fun. This is a funny story, but my mom, back in the like mid '90s, early '90s, it's probably more mid '90s. There was Domino Rally, which was like super popular.
Dude, I had one of those.
Yeah.
I got it for Christmas, so fuck you.
Yeah. No, here's the thing is I got it for Christmas, but the story takes a twist. So I was like, that looks so cool. I remember the commercials for Domino Rally being so fucking cool.
They
like
were badass.
every kid wanted it. And it was just basically this like plastic pieces. You set up little plastic dominoes and then you knock them all down. Literally the best thing for a parent for
But
their children to
it was
waste
like
time.
total Rube Goldberg, though, at the same time.
Yeah. So I got it, and then I played with it on Christmas Day, and I think I got mad because I set up a big long line of them, and then I fucked one up, obviously, and then knocked them all down.
Oh, no.
And so my mom packaged it all up and took it back to Toys R Us.
Did she really?
Yeah, and then like I was like, "What happened to that toy?" And she's like, "It was too hard, and you were getting mad at it, so I just gave it away." And I was like, "I always wondered if I like just put Domino Rally somewhere, and I didn't remember."
I gave mine away to my cousin because
Yeah.
I got sick of it just like you. I said, "Oh fuck."
It was frustrating. man.
Hours, and you're like, "Damn it!
Yeah.
I gotta do it again."
Did you have something like that? Well, what was yours, Kurt? Are you willing to share?
When I was a kid, dude, I wanted the Ghostbusters Proton pack.
Oh, I had one of those. Fuck you. It was sweet.
So I wanted one of those. I begged my mom for it, and she wouldn't buy it. She ended up getting me the Ghost Trap instead.
Okay, they were basically plastic things.
Yeah, they were
right?
plastic things.
And then it was all air. It was like pneumatic. Like
yeah, you stomp on a little
yeah.
thing and it opened the
So
trap
I had
lid.
the pack and the trap, and I remember it being so cool. And then I remember just one day being like, "I'm too old for this. It's boring." I don't remember what the trigger was. Did you have something?
I don't remember not getting something that I asked for, but I think my favorite thing that I got was absolutely an Easy Bake Oven.
Oh, those were awesome.
Those were fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about a nightmare
100
for
watt
your
light bulb.
Yeah.
Talk about a nightmare for your parents though.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you were already
Cooking it.
making a mess, but then you're like using this mix package you had water to and shit.
Burn down the
And
house.
you're cooking a small little cake with a 100-watt light bulb.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like they tried to make it so that kids could bake without their parents, but then you just wanted more frosting or like you just
Yeah.
want to make a better cake.
I want to know who the son of a bitch was that thought of the idea. We could cook something with this fucking
with
light
the
bulb.
light bulb. Yeah. And then you
It
have
puts
to
off that much heat.
Right.
and you also have to understand like you can't make the mixed batter with eggs cuz
No.
it's not going to be safe, right? So you have to have like a shitty version of a cake, but they're children anyway, so fuck them. I remember having a discussion.
You know what they call those now?
What?
Mug cakes. You
Oh,
cook
yeah.
them in the microwave.
Yeah, if only we would have thought of that back then, That's funny. But anyway, whatever you're doing for Christmas, hope you have a Merry Christmas. It is or a Happy Holiday. Maybe you don't celebrate Christmas. Don't cancel me for saying that.
I hate saying the word merry. I don't know why.
I kind of do too.
I say happy instead.
Yeah,
Happy
it's just a
Christmas.
Happy Holiday.
It's Happy Holidays.
Yeah, Happy Holidays. Yeah, do something nice for your kids if they've been nice. If not, then actually get them coal. Because I think that a lot of kids that still believe in Santa don't believe that Santa will give them coal. Maybe give them coal and then like have extra presents for later on.
I almost got coal one year.
Really?
I did coal one year.
You did coal one year?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Wow, I was a real
almost did.
challenging child, and my mom never gave me coal.
I was a bastard when I was a kid, and I went snooping for Christmas presents, and I found the fucking coal, and I'm like, oh shit. I need to straighten up.
Yeah, so maybe it was like a pseudo or like a...
I called Santa a lot.
Yeah.
The sad part is my mom's going to listen to this, and she has no idea.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry, Kurt's mom, that I used the F word. But thank you for listening.
Yeah, for some years I had Santa on speed dial, man.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Santa was kind of created as like a fear thing, you know, and places like, is it Norway or something like that, where they have Krampus, where it's like literally Santa will kill you if you're bad, you know?
Did you ever watch that movie?
I think I
never
have.
watched
It was fucking weird.
It was weird.
Probably just trying to be too true to the history or the like actual like the mythology of it.
Yeah.
So it just went weird.
It was a total horror flick though. Like people were dying and getting butchered and shit. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Another trend that I've seen around Christmas time too is that for whatever reason you get a lot of Halloween movies around Halloween and then again at Christmas. I don't know why. I think like maybe people are spending time at home so they want to watch a movie or go out with the family to watch a movie. So maybe it's more, it's just better strategy to release it over the holidays because people are bored.
Yeah, and I get in this stupid trap of watching holiday rom-com.
Oh, no.
I do. I bet I've watched 15 in the last week and a half.
What is give me a name of a holiday rom-com. I can't even think of one.
Oh, gosh, there's so
like
many.
Like what, movies or series?
They're movies.
Oh, so like You've Got Mail or something?
Yeah,
my mom loves that one.
Yeah, but there's like, I just drew a blank, but I've watched like 5 of them this week alone.
I think around this time too, all the streaming services and everything start offering that up. They always do the like seasonal thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Maybe I've just never been a fan of like, oh, it's fall, so I need to drink pumpkin spice. You know, I'm not that person. It's Christmas, so I need to eat candy canes. My sister, on the other hand, she's like, it's not Christmas, so I'm just eating candy canes year round.
She loves candy.
She does.
You know, I'm looking at a list of holiday rom-coms, and I don't recognize any of these.
Just pop off some names of them real quick.
Last Holiday, 2014.
Holiday, that's a big one.
Holiday?
Holiday. It just says holiday, but
there's Holiday is another one.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. What the fuck? 2009.
It's a horror movie rom-com.
For Christmas.
They come and visit the
That's actually funny. That's with Matthew McConaughey, I think.
Just Friends, 2005.
I've heard of that one.
Love Actually.
That's a huge one. Yeah.
Drew Barrymore in that?
About a Boy, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Just Friends, is that what you're looking into? It doesn't say.
No, Love Actually.
Oh, Love Actually? Shit, I lost. Oh, there it is. Hugh Grant?
Oh.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, that's an oldie. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty old. Yeah, I don't.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Okay.
That one's familiar. Serendipity. Now we're getting into the ones that I've seen.
Since I'll be with my parents in St. George for Christmas, I know that our
while you were sleeping,
our Christmas tradition of sitting on the couch watching NCIS for fucking 8 hours is going to be one thing that we do.
When Harry Met Sally, 1989.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
But those are not holiday ones, though.
No. Yeah, you're just looking up rom-coms, I think, at this point.
Scrooge, 1951.
I love how into just scrolling through it. Just looking for things he recognizes.
I love NCIS.
I like
rom-com, Laura.
I like it too. I like it too, but when I've watched so many of them, it like the production quality of NCIS gets to me. And then it's like every episode is the same kind of thing. Like there's the introduction, the climax, the twist, and then like we're not gonna be able to save everybody, and then it's a happy ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. SVU, I mean,
yeah, except
PD,
that Ice-T's in SVU, and he is a horrible actor. I love Ice-T, but he just sometimes like
he cracks me up in that show.
Yeah, he
it's
is
good for entertainment.
It is
value.
cool to watch him be that bad. Oh man. Well, on that note, I know we're a little bit early. I'm looking at a giant TV that says 1 minute and 35 seconds to break. But I think we'll just take a break now. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll be back after a short break.
For the pie championship, you like the whipped cream, don't you?
I love whipped cream. I found whipped cream in my mom's bedroom.
Oh shit!
And I ate like the whole entire thing.
Okay, let's back up here a second. You found whipped cream where?
In my mom's bedroom.
What do you
Is
think
this a
was doing in the
show?
bedroom?
I don't know. Probably she was hungry.
They're wearing Ellen.
Or probably making
hoodies.
fudge. I don't know. She probably ate a banana split or something.
Probably what it was. This is for the whole championship. On your marks.
Damn, we're back.
We are back.
That's like literally. Did we just plagiarize the Ellen show?
I don't know what that was.
It says the Ellen show in the corner, but that's okay. We were talking over it. What is this? So you've been collecting these like funny advertisements. What's this guy's Facebook?
Fuck.
Can you just scroll up, or actually just click on one, but mute the computer,
All right.
and then it should say in the bottom or somewhere. Oh, Big Daddy 1037.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Check him out. He just posted a bunch of shit about him watching
This one's
TV and
actually
reacting.
pretty damn funny. I'll go back so you guys can watch this one, but it's pretty horrible.
We can watch
considering
it after.
considering that it's Christmas time, let's do it.
You want to do
Okay,
another?
let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do another
I
one.
don't know how well this is going to translate, but there's a guy sitting there watching TV. It's like a TikTok, and they're all like, seem like they're fake advertisements. So girls coming down the stairs holding a teddy bear, Christmas lights.
Oh, is that Santa?
Oh, she caught Santa.
No witnesses?
Oh shit! Do you know what that reminds me of? Is that movie that
It actually gets worse. I've got it muted right now, but it actually gets worse. So he's gonna eat a cookie. He's gonna stand there like, what the fuck you?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, that's funny.
And then there's gets worse. There's a wood chipper.
Oh yeah,
Oh, damn.
the kid. Nice. That reminds me of that movie that came out. That's supposed to be an action movie with Santa Claus where he kills a bunch of people. What's the name of that movie? I got to do some googling.
I think that was what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
wasn't
we were talking about it. I know we talked about it a couple episodes ago, but
No, just a minute ago.
Die Hard?
No, not Die Hard. It was
Violent Night.
Oh, Violent Night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Violent
there's
Night.
that.
That
That just
movie.
came out,
Yeah,
but there's
that's the one I was thinking of. Was Violent Night. I haven't seen
Have
it. I
not
still
seen
wanna
it
see
either.
It could either be really good or really bad.
I was thinking of a different movie, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're back, and thankfully, we are sponsored by Salt Flats, and they've been with us for a really long time. I'm drinking one of their craft cocktails right now, Kentucky
I
Mule.
love their hefts.
And you love their hefts, yeah.
I do.
They've got award-winning beer, craft cocktails. They've got award-winning spirits. Obviously, you can get the beer and pretty much anywhere at this point. A lot of bars have it. You can go to a gas station, grocery store. If you want their spirits, the best place to probably go is go down to 2020 West Industrial Circle where their brewery is. You can get them there, or you can get them at a liquor store. If you don't see them at your liquor store in Utah, that means you just have to ask for it. That's the way the law is now, is they don't necessarily stock everything. If they get enough requests, they'll get it in the liquor store. So if you don't see it and you want to try it, ask for it, and then hopefully it'll show up.
Be that squeaky wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think right now is the season when they usually have their sleigh ride. I wish that CD was here to verify. He would know right off the top of his head, but they do have seasonal beers that you can find definitely at the brewery, but then also I'm sure at some place, some gas stations and select locations. But thank you to Salt Flats for keeping us going for this long. Yeah, I'm gonna drink my Kentucky Mule here real quick.
Oh, I got a P1 here that I haven't even opened yet. Here we go.
Yeah, it's because it's like almost like we've been talking. I got to get into one thing. Which one should we? I prepared some topics before today, and there's a few of them. Which one should we talk about? Some local Utah stuff, Laura, or
Let's
should we
do.
just do? Okay.
Let's talk about some local stuff.
Okay, I saw on. Well, we can do one really quick, which I just think is a little bit interesting. But Crumble Cookies, I think they're a local Utah company, right?
Ooh,
Are
yeah,
they?
They are. Yeah, I
They
think
are.
Yes.
They got fined for about $60,000 for violating child labor laws.
Nice.
Yeah, so while you're eating those cookies, just
60,000?
remember
That's it?
it's
Seems
pretty
a little
low. So I wonder
That
if
is
it was
low.
like working a 16-year-old longer than the
probably
hours
what
or
it
something.
Or
It just the headline is so funny, and this is typical of like news these days. Is that the headline is sensationalized? So
Yeah,
it
oh,
says
yeah.
like Crumble broke child labor laws, and you're like, oh, what? So like the owner had their like 7 children that are like between the ages of 12 or between the ages of like 6 and 12, just cranking out these cookies. I doubt.
or
That's
they
what
kept somebody
happened.
past curfew.
Oh yeah,
some
that's true.
16-year-old.
Because I think when you're working as 16-year-old, you have to be home at a certain time,
I
right?
think you
'Cause
do, yeah.
School. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Back in my day, I had to have a working permit to go work.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I never
Do they
had that.
still do those?
I don't think I ever had to do that. I remember I got my first job at Kmart,
yeah,
which was ass.
my principal had to sign off on it too.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should bring that back, honestly, because I think these days kids are really eager to go make money themselves, and then they probably have a hard time at school.
Oh, yeah.
Because you should reserve
I was
the
a good
time for
student,
when you're
so-
working.
So
and
that's exactly what it was. Well, not quite, but it says 11 locations started in
11.
Logan.
Okay.
Investigators found children as young as 14 years old working too many hours.
Oh,
and
okay.
in hazardous or prohibited occupations. For
They're letting the
minors.
14-year-old like run the big
Bake.
industrial mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, the one rule is just don't get your hair stuck in here. Oh yeah,
Where-
it doesn't matter if it's your hair or your arm; it will
Yeah.
disappear. That's funny.
That is funny.
I just thought that was interesting because it's local. I
Not
didn't hear much about it, but
I love me some-
$60,000 is
yeah.
a slap on the fucking wrist. Let's be honest.
It is, and I love me some crumble.
Yeah, they do have
not
really
lying.
good cookies. But I think that's just part of the hazards of owning a
God's
business,
sakes,
right?
Are
yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
What?
Says they've denied the allocations.
Put it up on the
Started
TV,
an
yo.
ad campaign with billboards declaring "Cookies so good we're being sued."
Oh, so they're leaning into it.
They are.
That's an interesting marketing
So
technique.
their cookies are so good. So is it
That's like
a competitor?
so is that kind of like
Is there
we're
a
borderline like child predator territory?
Yeah, it says right here the heated battle full of sugar and spice has included Crumble's CEO Jason McGowan
Oh shit.
taking to social media to publicly accuse. Oh, this is somebody else. Publicly accused Dirty Doe of stealing information.
Oh, so that he did the old bait and switch.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, never mind our child labor. This guy's been stealing from me.
Oh man,
But I still,
I still
Part
love
of
me
owning
some
a-
crumble.
yeah. And I think part of owning a business is like you got to boundary set those things. If you're gonna, I think you can legally hire people under the age of 16, but there's a ton of restrictions.
There are. Yep.
Like there's really restricted hours that they can work. Obviously, we're not China. We're not trying to run fucking sweatshops.
No, I mean when I was
Or
14
Taiwan,
when I
wherever
had to
it
get
is.
my principal to sign off on a
Yeah.
work permit. Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about working when I was 14. I think I was still
Oh,
thinking about
I've been
playing night
working-
games and shit.
I was working at 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
Freaking babysitting.
Oh, okay.
It was
That
horrible.
counts as work, though.
But
An
my,
unregulated industry, kind of.
yeah, it is. My first real job, glorified job, was assistant manager for a taco chain.
I'm sorry
Oh,
to
okay.
go-
Yeah, you were almost about to
I
spill
was
the
an
beans.
assistant manager
For a taco chain.
for a taco chain.
How was that?
Yeah, you know what that means? You get the same rate of pay, but you get to work Saturdays, Fridays, Sundays, and
Yeah.
you get to open and close and count the cash
Yeah.
registers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times in fast food industry or service industry too, I've heard that, hey, we want to make you a manager, and you get like a 30-cent raise, and then your workload like triples.
Yeah, that's why I quit
Yeah.
Arby's before they did that.
Can you believe? And I don't mean this in a bad way. I just think I do believe there are some people that work in like fast food stuff that they just love it,
Yeah.
and then they go on to become a manager or own their own franchise for that, which is cool. I am just so happy I don't have to like manage an Arby's.
Oh,
Or,
me
like,
too.
Even some of the new restaurants, like Raising Cane's, is pretty new here. I don't want to manage that bullshit.
I haven't been there yet.
It's kind of cool. They got an open kitchen and they're all loud and shit. It's very flamboyant in their lobby, but it's good chicken, I guess.
You know, I do have to credit my the manager at the Arby's that I worked at when I first started there at 16 years old. That dude taught me how to work.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
He provided that responsibility that I needed. He showed me how to be the person that I needed to
Yeah.
be to be successful.
Did you ever get robbed?
No.
I wouldn't say who the fuck would rob an Arby's, but I've heard
Hey,
crazier shit.
It happened.
I
Yeah.
got robbed 3 times at my taco chain, Taco John's. I'll just say it.
Okay,
Taco
yeah,
John's.
yeah. But who would rob a Taco John's? Like, That's got to be crazy. You're like, yo, I need to make some money.
Crazy ass meth heads would rob a Taco John's.
You're probably right.
You ever
Sounds
eaten
scary.
there? That place sucks.
Never had Taco
Oh,
John's.
fuck.
Yeah, thank God.
Jesus.
I always feel like when I think of bad food, like or just drunk food, I'm like, oh yeah, just go to one of the Beto's restaurants.
I went to Taco John's when I was wasted in Laramie, Wyoming, and I puked, not from the alcohol, from the Taco John's.
You're like, the alcohol was great. The alcohol I got from Taco John's.
Drive through.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just part of owning a business, though. If you're going to own a business, you got to set those rules with, like, underage workers. Or just don't do it. I mean, I doubt... Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can bring up the effect of, the work ethic of people now. Is like a lot of people don't want to go back to work still, I think. There's a shortage of workers.
There is.
So maybe they're like, yo, we got to hire some people under 16. Like, there's no way we're going to keep up with demand. We need to broaden our horizons, but they just didn't set the right standards around that.
Yeah. Well, but there's still places that don't have their lobbies open because they can't hire people.
Yeah, that's true.
Arby's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was a really prominent McDonald's for a long time in the Valley that didn't have their lobby open, but that's the struggles. I mean, I can't imagine running like how many locations Crumble has when I can't even like. Sometimes it seems like
Crumble
a fucking
has
nightmare.
600 locations.
Can you imagine that shit?
In 17 states.
Wow. So
no, I'm sorry, 47 states.
Almost all of them.
Okay. Well, and then they fucked up one time. Yeah. All right, we'll forgive them. It's not unlike Jeff Bezos. Amazon is the first company in history to lose $1 trillion in value.
Yeah.
Did you see that on the news? Mm-mm. Yeah, they just their market value is at like $875 million, down from $1.88 trillion.
Nice.
So yeah, they're Christmas ain't helping them this year.
No.
Another thing that's been going around locally is that Donovan Mitchell. Now, obviously not playing for the Jazz. Jazz did the whole purge. They got rid of a lot of players. Brought in a whole new crew. Haven't been keeping up a lot with it this year. I mean, if you want to look up their record, Kurt, I guess we could see how well they're doing. But you never expect like the brand new team to do like phenomenal the first year. No. They got to figure it out.
Fuck, I don't even know what to say.
They're rebuilding.
Utah Jazz standings.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, and Donovan Mitchell said that while he was here, he had a really hard time with some racism. In Utah. It got me thinking. I'm like, okay, no, racism exists everywhere, but where do you think Utah ranks on that? Because Utah's known for not having like a big African American population.
True.
I know that we have somehow like a big Samoan population, and obviously we have a lot of Mexican population here too. Yeah. But I wonder if the same thing, if like a person who's Mexican lives here, they feel the same way. Because honestly, when I go around and I go to a taco cart or something like that, I don't care that you're Mexican. I don't care if you're black. I don't care
at all.
Yeah, like you're just living in the same shit that I am. But I think that the notion is that Utah is a little bit more excessive than other states, based on what Donovan Mitchell said. And I can read what he said. Kurt pulled up the Jazz Western Conference, 18 wins, 16 loss. So okay. Yeah, they've done better.
I don't see it, but maybe that's because I'm a white girl. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I have been in situations where, like at a bar, somebody will be really, really drunk and they'll be kicked out, and then they yell saying, "Oh, this bar is just racist." It's like, well, I'm sure that you think that, but the reality is like, even if I'm white and I'm super drunk, I'm getting thrown out too.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not discriminating on that. If I don't have my ID, I'm not going to be let in either, and I think a lot of it is maybe people trying to work the system or trying to, see. But Donovan Mitchell, I think that, let me pull up my email that I have here that I sent to you. I think that has a pretty good idea of what he said, but he worded it very well. But basically, I think the main factor was that he was working for the Jazz, and then people watch him on TV and they cheer for him and everything. And then when he gets in the stadium, there's like people being like racist to him while he's playing. It's like you sit at home, you watch the games, you have a great time, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, people are really just racist to him.
I feel bad if that happened. I really do.
There was a couple Jazz fans that got banned by yelling racial slurs to somebody on the Lakers team, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so let's see. Here's what he said. He said, "If I'm being honest with you, I never really said this, but it was draining. It just draining on my energy just because you can't sit in your room, or just because you can't sit in your room and cheer for me, and then do all these different things. Mitchell explained about growing tired of dealing with racism in a place like Utah, and the pushback he received when he discussed it. I'm not saying specifically every fan, but it just feels like it was a lot of things. A state senator, Stuart Adams, saying, I need to get educated on my own black history, and then seeing black kids getting bullied because of their skin color, and then seeing a little girl, Isabella Tichenor, hang herself because she's being bullied because of her race. So that's tough.
That is tough.
And I'm sure that happens in a lot of places, but
Yeah.
I think the main point of that is like being able to discuss it here.
Yeah.
You know? And that would suck to be like, yeah, Donovan Mitchell, you don't know anything about black history. And you're like, well, I think I should because I'm black.
Like, can you really discuss racism anywhere? I mean, like,
It's a really hot topic.
it is a hot
Yeah,
topic.
it's very opinionated.
It is a very opinionated topic. And the things that happen still.
Do you have a mouse on your laptop, or are you just using the trackpad?
I'm just using the trackpad.
You need to get a mouse
I
because
don't have room for it.
control mouse wheel will zoom you in.
I did.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, Control Plus.
Oh, yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah, indeed, you
Oh,
need
the
a
hotkey
closer.
guy going old
I
school.
don't know. I had somebody that worked for me that couldn't right click. So, that true story.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd be interesting if what people think about that. You know, I thought that Donovan Mitchell did a really good job of becoming the face of the Jazz and being like, because he helped the community a lot. And then when he left, I remember there was a really iconic painting of Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
An artist did, and they covered it up. Somebody covered it up.
Aw.
Okay. But still, I don't think he covered things up like that because they left the team. He still helped the community while he was here. And I think he did great stuff.
Yeah. I think racism exists everywhere. Maybe he felt it more because we're predominantly not a black community.
Yeah. I used to make a joke when I was younger, and it was purely a joke. But I had a friend who was black, and I was like, went to a party, and another black guy showed up. I was like, whoa, I saw 2 black people in Utah in the same place, you know. And it's just a joke about the being so far and few between. They're some of my best friends that I've had, you know, great people.
You know, even as a white girl, I felt it when I went to high school or elementary school. Predominantly Hispanic community.
Yeah, I think
Definitely felt it.
the only time that I've ever felt that way in Utah is going into like a really authentic restaurant of ethnic food where everybody, and it's not Mexican food. I felt it with Chinese food. You just walk in and people look at you like, what are you doing here? And it's not even like they look at you that way. You just get that feeling that you're welcome, but you're just not part of the group.
Right.
Which, if that's the worst we have to deal with, then I mean that's nothing compared to what I know a lot of people go through.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that now that Donovan has left, it's okay. Like he's talking about it now.
Yeah,
I
well,
like
I mean,
that.
the bigger issue, I mean, racism is a huge issue. Don't get me wrong, but you said the word bullying.
Yeah, he also talked about bullying a lot. Yeah,
Bullying
because of skin color.
Yeah, but bullying happens for a lot of reasons other than skin color. It is one of the saddest things.
I got bullied in middle school quite a bit, and I think it was during that transition of you're old enough that you want to be cool, but you're young enough that your parents are still paying for your clothes, you know? And so you're like, you know, you don't have the money to go out and buy the expensive shit that the cool kids had. And so you just got made fun of. Yeah. And then you found your place to fit in, I think, most of the time. But that didn't mean that you didn't get bullied.
No. That is like one of the worst things.
Yeah. And I mean,
there's some people that don't handle it well.
Yeah. Some people argue like, well, I would argue that helped me get a thick skin. But I think that some people just don't get the thick skin. It's just impossible for that to happen. So just why let it happen? And in this day and age, we've talked about it a million times. Social media, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff. Like you fuck up one time at school and the entire school knows about it.
Absolutely.
And you're just like, you're basically the spotlight for a week or whatever until it goes away.
And somebody else fucks up.
Yeah. Which is weirdly synonymous with mainstream media. Yeah. You're in the spotlight until somebody else fucks up. Yep. Wow, that's weird how TikTok managed to do that to society in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also saw that somebody from the UN said that the biggest threat to the West, United States or just Western nations, is white supremacy and extremists specifically that are rooting for white supremacy. You know, but I think the biggest threat to any country would be extremists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you call like ISIS extremists?
Oh, very.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen this next year, but I think it'll be good. I'm hoping it'll be better than the last two.
You know.
Well, this next year is all going to be campaigning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping it'll be good.
I'm hoping it'll be good
Yeah.
too.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe hopefully not another pandemic, but
I think I'm going to knock on the table
knock on table.
because
no
I
pandemic,
really think
no earthquake.
that luckily in the United States, I think we've overcome that. I don't think that we'll be stuffed back into a nationwide quarantine. But you never know.
You never know.
There's still
unless something
thoughts.
new comes out, but no.
They're still talking about like the fact that if people just kind of get lazy about it, then there could be a new variant that just catches everybody off guard.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's been happening for a while.
Well,
like
I mean,
with the swine
COVID's still
flu and
pretty
everything
going on.
Oh yeah, like I'm not discrediting that by any means. It's still there. It just seems like we're in a better position than say Japan that just barely opened their borders. You know.
Yeah. True.
Which they're pretty densely populated on an island. Same thing with China, like so densely populated. How do you control that? China's doing the best they can, but
Yeah.
I don't think like locking people in their apartments is the right way to handle it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen in 2023, Kurt?
2023.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot more of Trump. A lot more of Trump.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can think of right now. Just because that piece of
All
shit.
you're not a Trump fan.
I'm not.
I'm not necessarily either. I think that
Same here.
he has his. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot when CD's been here, but we'll see what
You know,
happens.
and I know we've made it a thing to not include politics on the show, but
Mm-hmm.
vote for however you want. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, for a guy that's for what he's done, considering January 6th and been impeached twice, even though he's been acquitted, I don't think he deserves to be elected again. But it's not my decision.
Yeah. In fact, it's none of our decisions because
No.
the popular vote doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
But one
Has it
thing-
ever?
No, but everybody preaches to the same choir of oh well, if you want it to change, then vote in your regular vote, which I did this year.
Yeah.
And still the same people got elected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Volodymyr Zelensky,
Yeah.
president of Ukraine, is scheduled to arrive in the United States tomorrow.
Where?
The White
No,
House.
the White House.
Okay.
Meeting with Biden and the top administration.
First time he's
including-
left the country since the war started.
Correct.
Yeah. So risky.
Purpose?
I don't know. Probably to talk to Congress. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to shake hands with some weird people like Pelosi
Yeah.
and some other weird people.
I'm sure he's also got the interest of his country in mind, so he's probably going to make a very big statement about how
I know-
weapons and ammunition
Yeah,
are
and I know
always needed.
Biden's going to announce some $1.8 billion package that assistance.
Yeah, I heard they're
package
also
that'll
getting.
include like missiles and shit. So.
Yeah, and I think maybe we can clarify that that like you're not just giving a country $1.8 billion. It's
No.
with services and weapons and ammunition and all that stuff. But Lord knows they need it.
They
But
do.
same
They
thing's
do.
happening in Russia. Like Iran's been sending all this stuff, which I heard they've dialed back a little bit because they're worried about backlash of continuing to support Russia. So they're sending. War is a weird thing because they're sending missiles that only have a capable range of like 30 kilometers, and they're not giving
Well, I
Russia
heard-
long range missiles because then the UN's going to be like.
So I
No.
heard, I don't know how true this is or not, or I can't even remember where I read it, but I heard that Russia is training pilots from Belarus.
Belarus has been a huge thing. during
Belarus is on the side of Russia.
Yeah, they are, and they're refusing to like get involved though.
They are
because they know what
they
will
are,
happen.
of course, but they're also training pilots from Belarus to specifically fly jets carrying a certain warhead. That's
Would-
what I read.
Nuclear warhead?
I don't
or
know.
does it just
It
say a
didn't
certain
say. Yeah.
warhead? Because I know they've already been launching ballistic missiles that are normally used to carry a nuclear warhead, but they're firing without any warhead.
It's nuclear. You got to say it right.
Sorry. Nuclear.
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 Not
Nuclear.
not nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. It's like library.
It's like ambulance. I'm gonna call the ambulance. Sorry, I don't know.
It's library.
Nuclear.
Not library.
I don't know. That's just the way I learned.
Is it
I don't know.
Wednesday?
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Is it tomato or tomato?
Whatever.
I don't know. I say it weird. I know. And I probably will continue to do that. But they're just firing these empty missiles into Ukraine because they know the United States have been providing all these anti-missile, anti-air capabilities. So they're basically using dummy ammo to waste Ukraine's
right.
ammo.
Yep.
And
like chess.
That's crazy. That's just how war works. It's insane. Well, we'll have to see what plays out with that, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a bigger weapons deal or something. I just don't see. Hopefully, it just ends peacefully, but I just don't know how that's going to be possible.
Me either.
To transition from that, one thing that's been used in China a lot is facial recognition. Like, I'm sure it's used in Las Vegas, right? You walk into a casino, if you're like 86 from that casino, you've been kicked out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure a camera picks up your face and they know right away. They're like, that guy's got to get out of here and security's on you.
He counts cards.
Yep, he counts cards, get him out. And this recently happened for a totally different reason at Madison Square Garden. A lady bought tickets to go see the Christmas show at Madison Square Garden, and when she went through the metal detector, she heard something say, lady with dark hair and a gray scarf. And right after that, security came up and explained to her that she's not allowed to be there. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't have anything wrong. She bought a ticket. She didn't have any weapons or anything. And the reason why is because they told her the facial recognition recognized her as somebody who's not allowed to be on any Madison, I think the MSG owned properties.
Yeah.
And turns out they responded and said, yeah, that's true, because we banned everybody from this particular law office, which was an injury attorney that has done a lot of cases against that company. So they banned everybody from that company.
Number one.
She said they knew everything about her. They knew her name. She didn't tell them. They already knew her name. They knew where she worked. They knew like the cases that she'd been involved. I don't know the cases. I don't think they went that far. But they definitely already knew who she was when they approached her.
Well, I guess that was a dumb question because
the facial recognition probably just pulled it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess that
she's probably on their company profile or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. But she's like, I've never worked on any cases against them. I've never done anything. So I don't think it's right to, just because you work for somebody that a company doesn't agree with, means that you're not allowed to be there. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's like, what do you think? Well, how do you feel about facial recognition? If you walk into like a Taco Bell, should they be like, nope, Kurt's banned from Taco Bell's. Fuck that guy.
They already get my order ready because they know me.
No, they just
like going
ban
to the
you.
bar. No, fuck that.
Well, that would be cool though.
Well, that already
your
happens.
Yeah.
No, I'm not for facial recognition. That weirds me out.
I know during the Chinese protests, the police used tons of fecal recognition. Now we're talking about something different. Facial recognition to basically figure out. They would let the protesters protest, and then after it all dispersed or whatever, they'd use their cameras around the city to find them.
Yeah,
again.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
watched the videos like 3-4 years ago during these Chinese protests where facial recognition was such a huge thing that the citizens were out there with high-powered green lasers, and they were blasting the shit out of cameras to prevent that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was when I saw those videos, I thought that was interesting because it just shows that no matter what technology you're going to use against the people, there's always going to be people that figure out how to counteract that, you know? Especially if you're going to use it for things that aren't good. Like, what shitty would it be is if you bought a ticket at, like, USANA, right? And then you walk through the gate and there's a camera that detects you. It's like, oh, you caused a problem here 4 years ago and you've been banned for life, and it detected you, so get the fuck out.
I think it has some limited use. Like, I'm an escaped convict that mass murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
Maybe find me quick. Yeah.
So is the trade-off to have everybody's face recognized and build this profile worth the stopping those few things? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
It depends on how you use that information.
They probably do it at airports already, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Have you not ever been facial recognized checking into security?
I mean, like, depends on what you're talking about. Like, by the TSA?
Yeah.
No. I've been body scanned.
I've been facial recognized.
Oh, I haven't done that. No. I usually give them my
I've
ID.
seen the I don't know if it's Delta Airlines or United or whoever does that, where you do a facial recognition. You walk through the arch. It tells you your ticket information, all that shit.
Yeah, it's happened to me twice. Yeah.
Wait, is that a thing they rolled out? Because I thought that was just fake. I thought they hadn't rolled it out yet.
That's real shit.
That is real shit.
And it's on the TV that you, like, only you can see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that it was still in testing at some airport or something. Oh, that's cool.
That happened here in Salt Lake. Maybe it wasn't in Salt Lake.
No, I didn't see it in Salt Lake.
It wasn't in Salt Lake. I can't remember where I was.
I think it might be in Atlanta.
But I took out my ID and nope.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
You cleared on facial recognition. I'm like, how the hell do you have my face?
Yeah. I mean, the government has a lot of information.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was pretty weird.
I think the problem that I have with facial recognition is that even if you're using it for, say, something like your itinerary at the airport or recognizing to get through TSA quicker, you're still giving that information to a database somewhere that can then potentially be breached and then can be used for anything.
I don't know. Do you have pictures on Facebook? Do you have social media?
That's
Do you
also
have...
a thing. Yeah, and then at the same time, we've been doing that a long time with just our personal information.
Yep, absolutely.
By typing it into things like Facebook and Google.
Yes.
What's the worst way to sign into a website, Kurt? Signing in as using Facebook or Google.
That's
Yeah.
right. I
They already
remember talking
know
about that like
everything
20,
about
30
you.
episodes ago.
So you log in, and then everything that Google knows about you, now that website knows about you, pretty much. Sometimes they'll tell you, like, we only want access to your contacts and your picture or something.
Yeah, that's right. If you're going to sign up for a website, do it with the website. Don't sign in with Facebook. Don't sign in with Google. Don't do any of that shit because you're exposing more than it's worth.
Yeah.
It's way too late.
Yeah, and then and
You're right about
It
that.
is way too late.
yeah. Damn, we fought a losing battle way after its time had passed. Thank you for coming out.
You're welcome.
You know, we did a lot of current event stuff today, and we talked a little bit about the finance stuff that you get into.
Yep.
If you guys want to hear more about that, you can go to theweeklyInsult.com and scroll down. Every single one of our episodes, including episode 1, is on the Weekly Insult. You just have to scroll far enough. So if you want to hear what the first episode was when we were called Messing with Mormons way back then, you can go on our website and find it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like to compare where we're at now to where we started with. So go check that out. But look for Laura's episodes on your way scrolling down and listen to those if you want some financial advice.
Yeah.
You can even use the search bar.
Yeah.
Just type
that's
the
true.
name in and it'll come up with just those episodes.
Yep. And so that's why we didn't talk about it much this episode, because we've talked about it. So go find those if you want to know more. Have a happy holiday. And I'm not going to say Merry Christmas again like I did at the break when we just talked about saying that.
Watch
So
Die Hard.
Happy holiday. Watch Die Hard.
Watch Die Hard.
And then we will be here next week with a great guest and the last episode of the year, 2022.
That's right.
So we'll see you next week. This has been the Weekly Insult. Thank you again for such short notice.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even get your Del Taco.
I know. I'm craving.
Are you still going to stop there and get soft tacos? You can come back in. We just got to walk out. Are you going to stop? You're not going to stop at Del Taco after all that thought about it?
I don't think so.
All right.